All right, guys. All right. So, the Ark, episode 4, season 1. This is going to be totally different than any other review that I've done because I am putting up the warning. That means there's going to be one strike. One strike means you're out. This is only a warning. And I'm going to give you my rating right away because I'm going to go on a little rant. The rant is going to explain my rating. So, I'm going to be giving it a firm rating, meaning I'm going to give it a 2.5 out of 5. Now you're probably thinking that's a low score and it should be like an uncomfortable throw the couch out. That's only if it's a 0 out of 5. I'm rambling. Sit back, get in the couch, get a drink, get a snack, and let's do some couch entertainments of episode 4 of the Ark. If I look at this normally, right? If I look at it as standalone, I could totally get why it would be a good episode as far as like a middle of the road, because they start off a plot within this episode and it ends the plot, meaning that people are starting to hallucinate on the ship, and the reason why they're hallucinating is because of the comet water. Now I will explain my reason why I'm giving it a warning, but just based off of looking at it at face value, just looking at this episode, they have that going on and they have to solve the problem. You know, people are starting to seize a little bit after a certain point, but they're seeing hallucinations of people in their life, whether it's a fantasy or a nightmare. For example, this security guard sees his husband and a daughter, the baby crying. You have Alicia, who's seeing her mother. Bryce, who's seeing, I believe he saw Lane, or at least, no, he saw the doctor and he was all chained up. And I guess that's a nightmare for him. Lane was seeing Bryce saying they need to kill Sharon Garnett. Garnett didn't see anybody, but I will get to her reasoning on why she didn't see any hallucinations. Dr. Kabir works in the med bay, saw her teacher, probably a colleague, taught her everything about, medical field, was there critiquing on what she was doing. Eva saw Harris, obviously, her boyfriend, and you get where it's going here. And then you have like the comedy of Angus seeing Sharon because they're having he has this weird fantasy about her. So like the plot ends that they find out, which is totally hilarious and this is where I get a little annoyed as far as why I'm mad about this. Because remember in last episode, they had to get water because their water was depleting and soon they'll starve and then they, die of thirst. So Bryce takes a ship and then sucks the water out of the comet, and right away, without any testing, they start drinking this water. Like you would think, hey, this has been in space. Maybe we should test it to make sure that there's no viruses that are somehow on this comet. And one of the main reasons is that the comet had some type of protein that the humans don't have, and they had to create some type of protein that would go into the water system, and then they would have to drink the water, and then those hallucinations would go. It's really stupid, but like what annoys me the most is that they didn't test this, and then they tried to shoe in like a explanation that the filter system was not working and somehow the system didn't catch it, and that's why everybody's getting sick. It's lazy writing. It's stupid lazy writing to the point where you're making the audience feel dumb. And based off of all the comments that, I've been getting on these videos, is like all the science is either barely right or super freaking wrong. And when you're treating your audience on a sci-fi channel that are probably into like hard sci-fi books and shows and movies and stuff, and you're treating them like this, it's going to come off like, again, to repeat myself, like the audience is dumb. And like right off the bat, when they drank the comet water, I'm like, something's going to happen. And lo and behold, the next episode, they're having these hallucinations. Now, I will give them credit. And again, bad writing that they have to reveal this. The security guard puts Sharon under house arrest because of the video that Lieutenant Lane found in the last episode of someone that looks like Sharon slicing this guy's throat in a bar. They arrest her, and then at some point Sharon says that, that's not me. I was at this location, which location of the video was in Jacksonville, and where Sharon was in London, pretty much. 2 different locations across an ocean. So her alibi checks in based off of the documents that the security guard sees. But then it goes into this weird thing that Sharon is a clone and that they were injected with different proteins, that the other Sharon was more aggressive and violent, and Sharon was like the perfect clone. That's why she wasn't affected by the hallucination, and that's how they got the quote unquote protein. It was from Sharon, and it just felt like super forced. That I just didn't. It didn't feel genuine at all. I was like, this is so forced. This whole comet situation should have never happened, to the point where they should have tested the water to make sure it was safe to drink before having the first water right when Bryce comes back from sucking the comet of the water. So it's really, really stupid. Then we got like another side story with Trent, with Susan Ingram, who was the person that assigned Sharon to the Ark. Like somehow Trent is this double agent that was used by Susan, and he was seeing her in a hallucination and kissing this hallucination and everything. I don't know. It just didn't go well. And I'm not going to get into the presentation because everything's not really changing at all in the presentation. You're getting the same set. There's no camera angle that I'm like impressed about or thought was weird or stupid. So I really don't have anything to say. The writing based off of the plot that I just gave you is just, I'm sorry, it's stupid. And that's why I'm giving the warning, because they're treating us like we're stupid, and I do not like that. They're trying to like put these breadcrumbs at the end, like, oh boy, that thing that was in the engine that caused our ship to explode could possibly be a weapon. And then they say, from who? Who is the weapon? Is it aliens or is it humans? And then they look out into space, and then it ends because it's giving you, oh my God, there's an enemy. We should have got this enemy a lot earlier, by the way. Instead, we're getting all these, I need to go to the next problem that's going to happen on this ship. Because we went from food and water, then we went to a murder mystery, then we went to, oh, we need water like now because we're going to go straight into an asteroid, so we have to move the asteroid. And then, oh my God, that asteroid is not an asteroid, it's a comet. We need to get that comet's water and then suck it into the ship. And now, oh my God, because we did that comet thing, now we have a hallucination like virus going around and everybody's getting sick. Like what I would have done, instead of like a virus, I would have made it where it's kind of like a drug. I mean, you could possibly say it's a hallucination drug of the comet of the water. But I think it would have been better if they were all like high and seeing these hallucinations instead of just like, seizing and getting sick and almost dying. It's just really, really stupid. I don't know. It bothers me. And that's why I am giving a warning for this episode, which means they really need to step it up with this enemy that we're going to see next episode. And I hope, and I really do hope that next episode we don't go into another problem. Like, let's learn about the alien. Maybe we should do an episode where it's not with the crew. Maybe we move to whoever, is using that weapon on the Ark. We see their point of view. And I think that would be interesting storytelling. Because that's another thing with the writing, by the way. In TV, what they usually do to build a character is they focus either on one or 1 to 3 people that are stuck in some situation. In every episode, we're seeing every single star in this show that is getting airtime, whether it be Alicia, whether it be Trent, Bryce, Angus, Eva, and then the security guard, Trent, and then obviously seeing the Susan and them. You're getting everybody like almost every episode. That shouldn't be the case. I should be learning about each person. Maybe I should learn about Bryce in some episode. Sharon, we're kind of getting that with the clone situation. Her clone being aggressive, and then her being put onto the Ark in some weird way. So, like I said, in the first and second episode, I was intrigued as far as what's happening on Earth, who's doing this, who's the imposters on the ship. But it feels like too freaky. It's too hokey at the same time, because these are supposed to be military people, Bryce, Sharon, and Lane, and they're clearly not acting it. So stupid. So that's why I'm giving it a firm review, and I'm not going to show you any slides as far as what's going on, because I truly don't feel like I should bother. I wanted to rant about this. I wanted to give you guys a review, and I felt like I did go in depth as far as how I feel about it. Should you watch it? Now, like I said, if you're bored out of your mind and you want to see a self-contained story, it does that in this episode. But as far as me from watching from episode 1, I feel stupid watching it because I could have wrote something better compared to the writer. That's my opinion. I would like to hear your opinion in the comments, since every episode someone is giving their opinion. And I maybe one video I'm gonna take the top 5 comments from all the episodes and then read it here. I think that would be pretty cool. And then we could have some, conversation about that. I'm also thinking about doing a live weekly show if we can hit that 100 subscribers for this channel on Couch Entertainments. And you're going to see some, other things that I'm going to be doing on the channel. Obviously, Picard episode 2 just came out today. And so you might get it either Saturday night or Sunday as far as my review for episode 2 on that. But I think we'll end the episode here. You could follow all the content that we do, that I produce on BigTroubleArchives.com. We have a Twitter, which is BTA Content, and then Facebook, which is Big Trouble Archives. So until next time, and make sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell. And also, like I said, comment before. Until next video, I will see you back on this couch. See you guys.